Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Nick, also known as WWE Down Under, and you're here in the first ever episode of Inside WWE. And basically, just to give you a quick overview before I get into the first episode, this is basically me going behind the scenes. This is kind of the news the WWE doesn't want you to hear. They're going to be pretty quick videos, just kind of getting into the nitty gritty stuff that, yeah, as said, the WWE probably doesn't want you to know. Stuff that, if you really don't want spoilers, you may not want to hear. But look, if you really want to know some cool stuff, I'll try not to spoil anything major. But again, that could be the case. But look, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get straight into the video and we're going to get into the news today because these are meant to be small sort of videos. So they are released kind of quick and up to date. So we'll get into the first one, and that is that Justin Gabriel might actually be making a return to the WWE. He has recently just spoke to Interactive Wrestling Radio and has said the following, and I quote, "Never say never. It's a huge possibility, especially with the way things are run now. They actually have contacted me a few times for 205 Live, but obviously I'm signed to Lucha first of all. Second of all, I weigh 220 pounds right now, and with 205 Live being a legit 205, they actually do weigh-ins and stuff. And they were actually going to make stories about people trying to drop weight. So I'm not willing to lose the weight, and I kind of like being a heavyweight. So never say never, especially now with all the guys going back. And to be honest, I know a few more friends that are going to go back very soon. If they do offer me something, it's going to be hard to say no. But we will see." So based on that, that pretty much, it seems pretty likely, let's be honest. There's a kind of another thing a little bit coming up shortly that is kind of what he is referring to with friends going back to the WWE. But that is something to look forward to very soon. The next thing is Battleground coming up in July. It is a SmackDown Live pay-per-view, which makes this announcement a little bit interesting. The Wells Fargo Center Twitter account has announced that John Cena will be on the show. Now, as I did mention, this is a SmackDown Live event. And the rumors are, obviously with this whole free agent thing, Cena will be, well, we thought was going to be facing Roman Reigns, but if you've seen Raw, you probably know that that's not the case now. So I don't know what's going to happen with Cena, but he will be on the July pay-per-view of Battleground. So stay tuned for that one. Now, moving on to the news I just mentioned a little bit earlier. That is Shelton Benjamin, and apparently he is in talks with the WWE again. Now, according to eWrestling News, Shelton has been in talks with the WWE since June. As you all know, he was supposed to debut after the draft on the SmackDown brand, but he did get injured. Now, this was whenever the draft was it 2015? I honestly can't even remember now, or was it last year? My mind isn't even there. Feels like it's been quite a while. But he got injured and he couldn't make his return. Let's be honest, we'll call it a return. Now, again, it has been mentioned he will likely be on SmackDown line if he does sign the contract. Now, moving on, if you have checked Twitter lately, Matt Hardy has teased the broken gimmick coming back. The tweet clearly clarifies that the WWE must nearly have the rights to the gimmick. So, obviously meaning WWE is obviously trying to fight TNA for the gimmick. I would say it's the WWE. I'm sure they'll get it. It's just a matter of how long. He could be using the gimmick as early as August. You never know, it could be a SummerSlam debut of sorts, if you consider a gimmick making a WWE debut. It'd be kind of cool to see, because we know how much he's been teasing it with the microphone lately. Finally is the big news. I am uploading this before SmackDown Live goes on the air, and apparently the WWE are keen on a Women's Money in the Bank ladder match rematch, and this could take place at any time, probably on a SmackDown Live event to boost ratings. And it is likely to be announced by Daniel Bryan, the returning Daniel Bryan, that is, on SmackDown tomorrow. SmackDown's going to be a pretty big one. I'm not going to review Raw or mention anything that I may not have already mentioned today about Raw. I'll be doing a full review of that either tomorrow night or the night after. And we'll see what we can do in regards to reviewing Money in the Bank as well, which I kind of haven't had a chance to speak about. So I'll try and get that done as well, guys. But yeah, this is basically going to be a little bit of a series. This is episode 1. There will be numerous episodes, probably a week, because there is a lot of information that comes out in regards to the WWE. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Please leave me a like if you did. I'll know whether to keep going with the series or not, and I most likely will anyway, because it is kind of loads of fun, and it does feel good to be back. This has been episode number 1 of Inside WWE, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.